let's talk about transformation. And here's our tip for today. And like all of our tips, you take it or leave it, but we hope that you take it and we hope that it can help you. We want to talk about transformation versus transaction. And when we think about transaction, we're thinking about something that's linear, going from point A to point B. And all of us have to go to point A to point B. Got it. I'm not arguing with that. But what can happen is that if you're a transactional leader, if you're a transactional parent, if you're a transactional adult, a transactional person, transactional parent, whatever status is that you find yourself in, whatever that is, if you're a transactional person, you're going from point A to point B. And quite honestly, I've been living as long as I've been living, and life is not linear all the time. It's not always going to be point A to point B. I'm not saying you don't make the transaction. I'm not saying that you don't get it done, but it's just not a straight line, is it?
No, it's never a straight line.
It's never a straight line. There's ups, there's down, there's
hills and valleys.
Hills and valleys, there's circles, there's detours. And what we've learned in our experience is that since it's not linear and it's not just a straight line, we learned that, hey, let's make the best out of it. Let's get out of this what we're supposed to get out of it. And we learned that that's transformation, because the events that you're going through, the transactions that you're dealing with, the negative impacts that you have and the positive impacts, they're there to make you different. They're there to transform you. And so what we are passionate about at TWI and passionate about being an impact coach and a life coach and executive coach is that we're about change and about transformation, man. I'm excited about that because the hairs on the back of my head are standing up and my bald head, they're standing up because this is what it's about. It's about being transformed from the inside out. You just told your story from 2007 on up in succession, year after year. You were being hit and hit and hit. But here you stand today and having the audacity to be on and tell folk that they can have an impact.
Absolutely. And
they can be transformed. And that just gets me going. I don't know what gets your whistle blowing and what gets your car revving up. I don't know what gets you going, but I know transactions don't get that for me. What gets me going is transformation. And Justin, I know that through all of that impact, negative impact, you got change, right?
Absolutely. I'm a completely different person than I was back then.
Right.
For sure.
And that's what it's about. And so we want to encourage you, don't be a transactional leader. Who you're leading, those are people. Be a transformational leader. Get the job done. I understand that. But take the time to find out how we go about getting the job done. How best do we do it? Who's the best person? Find out who's helping you get the job done. So be a transformational leader to where you understand it's non-linear. It's about us growing and developing. So if you're a transformational leader, you're about growing and developing those you're leading, right? You don't want to just be, go get this done. You're not a manager. You're a transformational leader. So you're about change and making sure those under you are being developed. And so thank you for listening. Check out what we got going on, what we believe in that we can make a difference about. Thank you so much. Talk to you later.